All right, guys, so here we are. We had a little bit of an audio issue here, but it seems we got that fixed. So you're on board right now with Benish Bulsora. He's ran a 1:13.575. He is the fastest person in this session right now. This is Group 2, Session 1, guys. Group 2, Session 1. We got about 4 minutes left in this session, guys. 4 minutes left in the session. Let me pull up timing and scoring for you so you can see what's been run so far. Here we have it, my friends. So let's look at this top to bottom. If I'm not mistaken, Benish did a 1:13.575. Very, very impressive lap time. But Arwen Chen, guys. So Benish Bulsora, fastest guy in this run group. Nope, second fastest guy, actually. He is a unlimited class car. Arwen Chen at a 1:13.530, being in by about 4/100ths. He's an enthusiast class car. So let me tell you about that beautiful GT350. It's very clear it's set up well. It's definitely within the enthusiast rule set, so it's on a 285 or smaller tire. It's on a 220 plus tread wear tire. The aero rules are very, very stringent for enthusiasts. He does have a wing, but it's below the roof line. And he doesn't have a splitter that's very aggressive. So this is just a lot of driving talent and a great car to start off in. Jason Owens, not too far behind in his 114.386 in his Honda Civic Type R. Seems like this group is very competitive between like a 1.4. They're all between the 114s and 117s for the most part. We have a few stragglers out there, but these guys are all pushing hard. And I know people like Kiwi Chung and Terrence, they have a lot more left in their tanks. There it is. See, Kiwi just did a 118. Perfect. Got about 2 minutes left in this session for these people to set down some more lap times. Like I said, for anyone out there listening, we will go on a quick break from 11:05 till 11:30 Eastern Standard Time. We'll keep the feed live though, because that'll be Group 3 Session 1, but we won't be commentating. They'll just keep it on a GTA feed for you.
Yo, Jeff.
So they have checkered this session. So the next time GTA will be on track, guys, is 11:30 Eastern Standard Time. That is exactly 25 minutes from now. That'll be Group 3, Session 1. And then we'll go straight into Session 2, where we'll have Group 1 run right after them. We'll have a small little break, and then Group 2 and Group 3 Session 2s will run. So just keeping you guys up to date on what's going on. We'll be hot again in 25 minutes.
I did 53%.
What's up?
All right, guys, we will be going live in about 3 minutes. Going live in about 3 minutes. We have cars starting to grid up. This is Group 3, Session 1, guys. Group 3, Session 1. We'll be doing 2 sessions before lunch, and that's when we re-grid. So to everyone out there listening and to everyone here in the pits, make sure after your second session you check to see what your grid order is. It is your responsibility to make sure you know where you need to be, guys, just like it's our responsibility to make sure we get you some sound in this feed. So we're about to start our session here at Global Time Attack Group 3, Session 1. We have Mr. Nishant Patel and his Nissan 370Z with our in-car for this session. This is the third run group of our first session of the day. Let me give you a shot of the pits here. Let me give you a shot of the hot pits. This way you can see how many people are actually lining up. There we go. This is Group 3, Session 1. They got to the front for you here. We got about, I want to say, did not trailer, he did not fly finish, but a perfect warm-up lap would really set you up to set a good fast time. He's going through the bowl right now, about to head onto the front straight to start his first lap, Mr. Nishant Patel. He's pulling so many G's through that bowl turn, it put our camera sideways. That right there, guys, is a view of the turn into the final turn, which is the bowl. It is a banked right-hander to help you set up speed going down the front straight. Quite a few competitors have compared their top speeds here to Road Atlanta. If you look at the layouts of both tracks, you'd imagine Road Atlanta is a much faster track. But speaking to people who actually have ran laps at both, set records at both, there's like a 1 to 2 mile an hour variance. Some people, I believe William L. Young last year, set his highest top speed on this track by 1 mile an hour over the back straight at Road Atlanta. And that's all due to the fact of he gets a shot out of the bowl to run down that front straight.
What was the last part? What was the last part?
All right, guys. We'll make sure the next in-car is a little bit tighter so we can get you the full session. These are the times of everything that's been ran so far. Looking at this really quickly, it looks like Mr. Shylin Wu with the 1:16.776 has run the fastest time of this session. Nishan Patel, the car with our in-car, is running a 1:18.898. Shylin with a 1:14.482. Just took 2 seconds off that last lap. Oh, it looks like we have someone with a problem, guys. He's pulling over to the side. That white flag you see on the left is just to let the other drivers know there's a slow or stopped vehicle on track. That white has turned into a hard yellow. It looks like he has stopped on track. He has stopped on track. That is Shylin Wu right there, who has ran the fastest lap of this session. So 14.48. They actually don't do hot pulls anymore, so it looks like we might have to bring everybody in. We might have to bring everybody in to pull that car off. All right, guys, well, we're getting all these cars off track. Let's take a quick look at the times live here. I believe Shylin Wu is still the fastest person out on track with a 1:14.482. I don't see many people running close to him, so he is definitely top of this session. I would expect for him to be bumped up to Group 2 in Session 3 after lunch. We do have everyone here pitting back in. If they get the car off pretty quickly, they should have a chance to run 2, 3, maybe even 4 more laps, so we'll see how quickly get this vehicle off. Safety crew coming around to pull him off. Hopefully it's something simple. They can get him strapped up and pulled out. So what's going on right now, guys, is this session has been black flagged. The track doesn't do hot pulls. That means they will not pull a competitor off the track while the rest of the track is still hot on this track. So they pull everyone in. They're going to pull this driver off, assuming we can get him off really quick, and we will actually send this session back out. It does come down to how much time is left, but it looks like we'll still be good to have a couple laps going. All right, guys. It does look like they're yanking him off track. What we will do is they'll pull him around, and as soon as we know he is not completely off the track but back on the front straight, we'll send these cars back out so they had a few more minutes to set a couple more laps. The fastest of this session, he's already pulled back in. He's going to wait for his next run. The closest to the 114.4 seems to be Josh Rubenstein at a 120.141. Raymond Guerrero just ran a 123.97. The car coming in the pits right now is actually the car that was running slow through the backside. It looks like he got it back up and running, so we're not going to have another situation where we need to pull a car off track. That car pulling up right now is the Group 1 Session 2 getting ready. Group 1 Session 2 is getting ready. We already have one car in the hot pits. This session should be ending any moment now. This run group did just get checkered, so as you can see, Shaolin Wu still the fastest person on track of this session. We do have quite a few vehicles getting ready to go out to Group 1 Session 2 though, so we should see some blistering fast lap times. While these guys are going around, we're going to go ahead and get ready to go out to Group 1 Session 2. We'll be live again at in 2 minutes. We'll be back up. All right, guys, they're gridding Group 1 Session 2 right now. They should be going hot any moment now. All right, guys, it does look like we have everyone out. Right there in the front is Mr. James Hooten. He is here, I'm sure, to try and beat that sub 1 minute lap time. He also wants to be part of the I can put my whole lap on one IG video club. All right, guys, and here we go. We have him starting on his hot lap. Anyone that's watched him long enough knows you see that sparkling all the time. It's the titanium blocks on the bottom of his splitter. All right, guys, it does look like we have these guys all in their flyers. Already on the back side of the track. It looks like he's heading in for the final 2 turns before the bowl. He is definitely on a flyer, so let's see what kind of time he lays down. All right, guys, we lost him to the bowl. That means he's coming down the front straight. See what kind of lap time he runs. A 1:03.202. He is 3 seconds off going that sub 1 minute. The 60-second or less club. Joel Morrison with a 109.982 and the 9 Lives Racing Honda S2000. Phil Grabo with a 109.774. Jim Chan a 111 and AJ Hartman a 110.46. AJ's picking up speed. Eric Magnuson also a 110.195. Mr. Tyler Papas, our in car of the day with a 111.606. Brian Tyson at a 110.612. Dan Kroll a 111.2, followed by Sally at a 112.9. She's a little slower than her last session. Steve Green with a 111. That was Adam Statsman with a 1:23.804 in that Focus RS. Oh. I don't know if we'll be able to get a camera on it, but we have a car stopped after turn 1 on the straight. It looks like that is the IAG Performance Subaru STI VA stopped over there on the very left-hand side. So we're going to have to put a halt to this session to pull him out, pull her out. All right, guys, while we're pulling these guys off track, let's take a look at the times that have run this session so far. We have James with a 1:0. I lost it. James with a 1:03.202 for his best lap. All right, guys. So we're going to black flag this session just for a moment. We're going to get it back out there. These are the guys right here lining back up to go back out. They know they'll get at least 1 or 2 more laps in. So we're definitely working our hardest here to get them back out. I see James lined up first on this pit. He did a 1:02, so I'm pretty positive he's not going to have any issue pushing down to that 1 minute mark. Hopefully we can get Sally off track really quick and give him another open track, another chance to get closer to that sub 1 minute lap. He wasn't here last year, so I don't think he's ever put in laps here. So just like everyone else, I truly do expect him to push for that record and have a very high probability of taking it out. That record is held by Mr. William Al Young, Vibrant Performance PZ Tuning Honda Civic. We've missed Will at a few events, but he's been traveling World Time Attack and then Pikes Peak Hill Climb. He's out there giving Time Attack drivers a great name all over the world. What you saw there was Sally coming around through the pit exit. It looks like she went out right after turn 1 and pulled over, and she shut off. So instead of making her go all the way around, they pulled her in right there through the pit out so we can get these guys right back out on track. All right, so these guys worked their butts off, got her off the track real quick. So everyone here is going to have at least 5 minutes to set another lap. I think that gives James at least 2 laps to try and go lower than his 1:03.202. Here we go. And James is out. It's just like a reset. It's just like the very beginning of the session. We're going to send them out with a gap. That way they have time to warm it back up and set another hot lap. There's Chris Boersma going out right now, followed by Steve Green in his self-funded Chevrolet C7 Z06. I really like the livery on that. I think he put the time himself to slap that on the car, so that's bitching as it gets.
Yes, that's fine. Oh, I just had them so surface to them on the way out because there's a little bit of coal fire residue. Oh, yeah. And then I stole that 5-minute gap and I'm giving it to these guys.
All right, guys. So for those of you wondering what time James has to beat, he has to beat a 59.819 to take the overall record here, a 59.819. He has done a 102.3, so I know he's definitely got more time in it. If I'm not mistaken, that record was set last year on day 2. Here we go. Here we go. Coming in, it looks like he's very confident in his car into turn 1, hard on the brakes, and then immediately over. You'll notice a lot of cars go off there because it's kind of off camber. You got to trust yourself and the car taking it deep in. That's A.J. Hartman in his A.J. Hartman Aero Ford Mustang. All right, all right. So we have James here on the backside. He's going to take 2 more corners and then slingshot onto the front straight. From his 103 lap to now, it looks like he's a little bit ahead of where he was last time. Let's see if he gets a good run onto the front straight. The hard part is you're actually usually on the brakes at the speeds he's going right before the start-finish line, so he has to push it all the way through. Oh, a 102.3. He took a complete second off. It looks like he might even try another flyer. James has done 2 laps in a row and gone faster on the second lap, so let's see if he can lay down another one. We have Joel Morrison with a 109, followed by Jim Chen at a 177. The track might be coming into itself, or these guys might be getting more confident because the lap time is going down. 9.7, he took another second off his fastest lap. Brian Tyson, on the other hand, gained a second. There it is, Steve Green at a 111.443 in his C7 Z06. I haven't seen Chris Boersma set a lap time this session, so hopefully they're getting all the little things kinked out there. There we have it. Looks like James only wanted to run 1 more lap in that session. He did a 102.3, picked up an entire second off his fastest. All right, guys, let's take a look at the times after we see Steve Green and his Z06 fly by. Here's what we got going on, guys. We have Mr. James Houghton at a 102.351. He is about 2.5 seconds off the record. We have Mr. Brian Tyson with his fastest at a 110.238. We have Jim Chen at a 110.190. That's the 9 Lives Racing Honda S2000. Steve Green at a 111.181. We have Dan Kroll at 111.216. Those two are right with each other right there. Eric Magnuson at a 109. Marcus Congdon at a 116. Phil Grabo at a 109. Tyler Papas at a 111.606. Sally McNulty at a 112.9. I believe she only got to run one lap because on lap 2 she had to pull over. We did not see a lap out of Chris Boersma, but I'm sure he'll be back out. All right, guys, so here's what you see. You see people, the session has been checkered. Everyone's coming in into the cold pits. That way, into the hot pits so they can get back to their cold pits. GTA will be back out on track at 12:30. Again, GTA will be back out on track at 12:30. That will be Group 2, Session 2 at 12:30.
I'm at 28%.
been pouring out like 7 or 8 or something out.
Oh, yeah. I'll get you after lunch. All right, everybody, we have people gridding up for GTA Group 2, Session 2. We're going to have Group 2, Session 2, and then Group 3, Session 2, and then we're going to break for lunch, guys. So we have 2 more sessions of some flying laps. Remember, after lunchtime, we reset the grid. These first few sessions were live, but they also help us make sure that on the next sessions after lunch and going into tomorrow, the time disparity is where it's supposed to be. Group 2, Session 2 going hot. I believe we will have an in-car with Mr. Time Attack himself, Nick Steniford, in his Tarmac Apparel Honda S2000. Here we are, guys, and we got a nice little view here for you. All right, it looks like leading them out is going to be Mr. Arwin Chen in his Shelby GT350 Ford Mustang. All right, guys. This session is going to go live in a couple minutes. I believe they're going to send them out in 1 or 2 minutes. All right, guys, here we go. Group 2, Session 2 is going hot. We have Mr. Arwin Chen starting the lineup. Here we go, guys. In car with Mr. Nick Steniford, Tarmac Apparel, Honda S2000. We call him Mr. Time Attack himself. If you guys don't know Nick, just spend 5 minutes looking up on the internet. He makes it to any and every Time Attack event he can find. Travels there in his own car. He used to trailer himself places, but his truck's tranny blew. So what do you do when your tranny blows? You just drive the race car to the track. That's the easiest thing to do, right? Don't judge him for having a cracked windshield. He is on a budget, guys, okay? All right, so where you are right now with Nick, this is him taking turn 8, about to go to turn 9. 9 is the entire bowl right here, so they call this turn 9. And then this small little kick at the end they call turn 10. And this is where you slingshot down the front straight. Nick doesn't have the highest horsepower car, so he's got to keep all his momentum. This is our in-car car. This is the Tarmac Apparel Honda S2000. He's got to fly in and then get to turn 1. You got to get hard on the brakes because it's off camber right here. You want to use all of the track. He used a lot of inner curve that he could go all the way out. He'll be going through turn 2 right here. As I told you guys, a lot of people will tell you, this is a small track, but you see incredible high speeds here. We had, I believe, Douglas Wind and William Al Young confirm with their onboard data that they've actually ran either the exact same mile per hour or 1 mile per hour over their back straight numbers at Road Atlanta, and everyone considers Road Atlanta to be one of the faster time attack tracks out here. As you can see on Nick's onboard, it's all because it's all carrying speed here. Sure, of course they're using the brakes, guys, but these are all nice open corners. All right, guys, we have Mr. Arwin Chen. Woo! See, this is what I'm talking about, carrying speed on the track. He tried to carry a little too much speed right there around turn number 7. So you want to carry speed through 7 to go fast through 8, 9 in the bowl, but the problem is if you carry too much speed, you can't keep it on track, put it in the grass. Right there in turn 1 are famous for people going off hard. Luckily, it's nice and smooth on the outside. You just end up mowing the lawn with your splitter. We call that 4 off lawn care. Kiwi Chung right there. He's the one that went off on turn 7. Whenever you go 4 off, you got to make sure your car's looked at. You got to make sure nothing is falling off. This right here, we got Nick pushing it hard. He's more more fun people to watch. You'll notice the higher up in classes you get, the less actual hot laps you get out of these cars. Nick is a street class car. He is set up very well to be able to do 2-3 hot laps at once. When you get into the limited and unlimited cars, they tend to set their cars up in every way to do one flyer. Instead of cooling in the car, having just enough cooling to make it through that one lap. Here we go. This is Nick going through the bowl. Let's see what time he sets on this lap. Nick Steniford's run a 1:15.936. That's his fastest of the so far. So let's see if he surpasses it on the lap. (1:15.952), just 200 slower than his last lap, staying consistent. We're going to pull these times up for you right now and see what we got going on in this session. We got Benish at a 1:13 as his fastest. Being taken out by Jason Owens in his street class Civic Type R, though, a 1:13.3. We have Arwin Chen in that GT350 at a 1:12.535. He is the fastest of this run group by a long shot. Right now we got Nick still pushing. It looks like he is still on flyers. He's not cooling down at all. Let's see how he comes around. Looks like he was trying to go to the inside of Miss Corin Tyson right there on turn 7. His last time around. Here we have Nick Steniford coming up hard on the back of, I want to say Raul, but let me get his name really quick. I believe it's actually Louis Milan he's behind right now. So you'll see that this session's been going green and clean for quite some time. So it's not very often you see, people fighting for track position or people passing each other on a time attack event, but both drivers here have been out since the drop of the green. We separate them with a good 10-12 second gap between cars. That way they have 1 to 2 guaranteed laps out there with no traffic whatsoever. But this is bound to happen when you're running every single lap in the session. It was clean though. He got past him pretty easily. It didn't look like it held him up too much. Nick has no problem pushing past that. On Nick's last, he actually beat his personal. It's a 1:15.6. I don't see him beating that on this lap. He had a little bit of leeway he had to go around there, but let's see what he lays down. Oh, he's actually coming into the pits. All right, it looks like Nick is in the pits. I don't see any crew out here for him, though, so I don't know if he's just letting the car cool off or trying to build a gap. There we go. It looks like he wants to be sent back out. What will happen is a driver will come in, try to create another gap for himself. We'll only send him out if there is a gap. Like he just got the clear to go. No one's coming down the front straight, so he can set himself up for another flyer. Craig in his FRS just doing a 1:14.103. Looks like we're getting the lull down. Did another 3/4 lap, and then he just brought it back in. I'm not sure if he's trying to fight some issues right now. He had quite a few hot laps with no issue, but it looks like he's coming back in the pits again. I doubt he'll go back out again. We'll see here, though. Last time he came in, he was kind of shaking his car left to right, seeing if it felt funny. Mr. Scott Merker right there in his NC Miata. He's ran a 1:17.662. Amy Dilks in her 05 Subaru STI. I believe her fastest time of this session is a 1:16.618. She was in the 17s last session, so she's definitely dropping time. Here we got times out here, guys. So let's take a look at who's running the fastest. It looks like Jason Owens in his street class Honda Civic Type R is a 1:13.317. Took out Banish. Now, Arwen Chen, who was the fastest on track in his GT350, had to be towed off. I'm not sure if there's something catastrophic or something simple, but they had to yank him off track. Banish Bulsora in the C5Z06, very close to the 1:13.628. Jason Owens barely eclipsed him, but he did get it done. You'll see everyone else between the 15s and 17s for the most part. There's a little push action right here. Looks like they're trying to bump start the car. It looks like Mr. Nick Stennerford was stuck. I'm not sure if it was a bump start attempt or not. They were obviously doing it in reverse because no one wants to push the car uphill. He is sitting still now, though, so they're either trying to bump start the car or get it out of the way. This might be why he didn't finish those 2 hot laps. The car might have some kind of issue. We'll have people gridding up for Group 3, Session 2 right now. Group 3, Session 2. Nick's out of car. He's also the person that works on his own vehicle, too, so he definitely knows what to look for. He takes the brand seriously, folks. Tarmac apparel on the car, tarmac apparel on his body. Looks like we have Group 3, Session 2 getting ready to go out. That would be in the lead, Mr. Shailin Wu. We still have Nick Stennerford outside of his car. Tony's going to go check out, see if he can help him with anything. All right, guys, it does look like Nick's going to have to be yanked off the inside of the hot pits here. Not quite sure what happened with his car. We'll try to get a word with him in a little bit. He's got the hand-on hip motion going right now, so I bet you it's not the best thing in the world. Yeah, I forgot my AAA card, but could you pull me off track? Thanks. I am a Platinum member. Don't worry. I will send you a photo of the card. The other cars out in front of him are just the finals of the Group 2 Session 2 pulling off. So Nick is not in the way of us running this session. They'll get him yanked off, and as soon as Group 3 Session 2 is about to start, we'll get back to those vehicles. Yeah, and here we go, my friends. It looks like we're about to start Group 3, Session 2. Group 3, Session 2. This will run, and then we'll be on lunch. It was Shailin Wu being followed by Mr. Raymond Guerrero in his Alfa Romeo 4C. All those cars being sent out and Nick being yanked up. So it looks like Shailin Wu's fastest time is a 1:14.482. That would be him leading Mr. Guerrero in his Alfa Romeo. Shailin's out on a warm-up lap. So this is what I'm talking about, how when we release cars, some people will try to warm up a little faster than others, but it would be in your best interest to keep that gap because it'll help you run a faster lap. We try to let them know to run around a 70-75% speed so you can get your tires and brakes up to temperature. That way when you do start your hot lap, you'll have maximum grip and maximum braking without pushing it over the limit. And here we have Mr. Wu starting his hot lap. Raymond Guerrero right behind him. Sean Patel in his Nissan 370Z Enthusiast class car. Being followed by Joshua Rubinstein in his Mazda Miata. Gerald Ford in his DC2 Integra. All right, here we got Shailin going through turn 8 to start the turn 9 bowl. It looks like we lost Raymond Guerrero in his Alfa Romeo 4C. He was very close there to Mr. Shailin Wu, but now it's Nishan Patel behind him. So he's probably stopped somewhere on track. I'll see if I can get some info on that. All right, guys, Shailin Wu got down to a 1:12.760. That's 2 seconds faster than his merge time. Nishan a 1:19. Joshua Rubinstein with a 1:19.285, just right behind Nishan Patel's time. For those of you who've been following us for a while, Shailin Wu makes it to every East Coast event we run, be it Road Atlanta or New Jersey Motorsports. All right, Shailin. It looks like, yeah, he dropped his time again, a 1:12.720. Doing good. We're going to go to the times right now just so you guys can see what I'm talking about. Shailin at a 1:12.720. We have Nishan Patel in his Enthusiast Class 370Z at a 1:19. Joshua Rubinstein in his BRZ FRS at a 1:19.285. We lost Mr. Raymond Guerrero. I am hearing that he's at corner worker station number 3, so he's off somewhere safe, so we're not going to black flag this session to get him off. He's just going to have to wait till the end to have us pull him off, see what's going on with his car. He was very reliable at Road Atlanta. He ran every session, every lap. I believe he won his class, so, hopefully it's nothing too serious. Looks like Shyland got his 2 laps in. He's on a cool down right now. Nishan Patel with a 1:18.0 is his fastest time, followed by Mr. Rubenstein at a 1:18.185. Just like last year, it seems every session in the morning, everyone is dropping time lap after lap. So I'm not sure if it's a track coming into its own or people just getting comfortable with it. On film and on paper, this track doesn't seem to be too complicated, but it really seems like everyone, after a few laps in and a couple sessions deep, they start to really drop their lap time. So there's something to be said about this lightning orientation here at New Jersey Motorsport Park. Mr. William Shelter at a 1:32.184. I'm not sure if he got slowed down or you've definitely seen him run a faster lap than that. Oh man, so here we have it, guys. This is the session right before lunch. We only have about 10 cars on track in this Group 3 Session 2. They got about 5 minutes left. Let's take a look at the times real quick. That way you know what's been running. Fastest on track right now is Mr. Shailin Wu in his Mustang GT. We have quite a few other close cars. We have Nishan Patel at a 1:18.0 and Joshua Rubenstein at a 1:18.1. Those two are the closest to each other right there. We have Chris Vera at a 1:21.878. He did that on his 3rd lap, so a lot of these drivers are ramping up every lap and picking up more time. guys haven't had a chance to come out here to New Jersey Motorsport Park, it is a beautiful facility. We're on the Lightning track. This is a multi-track facility. They have another track on the other side called Thunderbolt. They also have beautiful on-track amenities. We are staying in a hotel here at the track above the garages at Thunderbolt. We have a beautiful general store that has everything you need in it. We have a concession stand for everyone here who is hungry. And don't you dare forget, at the end of the day, the pub on the way out. That is where everyone will be. They have great beers, great food, and great time. The ambiance is where it needs to be. Joshua Rubenstein in his Mazda Miata, good-looking car. It's a 118 185. He's the one that's right behind the Sean Patel running a 118 090. We're checker flagging this session. This is going to be the end of the session, so all the laps flying right now will count, but that will be the end. What we will do on lunchtime, guys, is we will reset these drivers. We'll make sure we get the group set up well, and we'll have them back out here after lunch. For anyone wondering, the session after lunch will be at 2:30 Eastern Standard Time. 2:30 Eastern Standard Time will be Group 1, Session 3. Got a little inside driving right there. These guys are all on their checker cooldown, so this should be coming in. Also remember, if you want to know where the live timing and scoring is in, it's on racemonitor.com. There will be a live tab for Global Time Attack New Jersey Motorsport Park. We will be breaking for lunch, guys. Global Time Attack Group 1, Session 3 will be live again at 2:30 Eastern Standard Time. Again, Global Time Attack. Global Time Attack Group 1, Session 3 will be live at 2:30 Eastern Standard Time. All right, guys. So that was the end of the morning sessions here at Global Time Attack New Jersey Motorsport Park Lightning Orientation. We'll be back here at 2:30 Eastern Standard Time with Group 1, Session 3. Thanks for tuning in on the morning sessions, and we'll catch you guys at 2:30.